We're back with the reacting. Let's get started.
I'm a 16-year-old female, and as most teenagers do, I always have sleepovers with my friends on weekends. I do online school, while my best friend goes to public school, so we cherish the time we get to spend with one another. My friend's parents are divorced, and she's usually with her mom, so that's mainly where I'll sleep over. They live south from me quite a ways in a middle-class neighborhood, and I was used to the area, so I never had a problem sleeping over. But this time was different. She was at her dad's house, and he lives up on the hill in the fancier part of town I live in. So when asked to sleep over, I was quite surprised to be told to go to her dad's house. I didn't feel uneasy or anything. It was just weird because I'd never been there before. And I barely knew her dad and stepmom, and in all honesty, that was the first time I met her 2-year-old brother. Anyways, my mom drove me there, and the entire time she was faking disappointment. Seeing as my brother and sister weren't home, she was looking forward to spending time with me because I'm the only child who's nice to her. I knew she was joking, and she wasn't serious about being upset. So we laughed it off and had a silly, dramatic goodbye, and as she drove off while I went to the front door. I got inside and all was well. I greeted her parents and little brother. It was nice. My friend Dylan, she's a girl. Just thought I'd clear that up because Dylan is most commonly a boy's name. Anyways, my friend had one of those creepy robotic babies that were used as school projects, and just my luck, I'd be having to spend the night with a literal incarnation of the devil but in a plastic doll form. The night went on, nothing out of the ordinary. We stayed up like stupid teenagers and really sat on our phones and listened to music. The fake baby would occasionally cry, and it wasn't hard to get it to stop, and it was mostly forgotten about. We're terrible parents, you know. Finally decided to settle into bed after we checked the locks in the basement a million times. Because I'm a generally paranoid person, and I hated having a door to the outside so close to my friend's room. I kept reminding myself that I had no reason to freak out because we literally lived in the most uneventful Mormon town in Utah. Nothing ever happens here, so it's not like I fear for my life on a daily basis or anything. Sure, I live close to the capital, but we were deep in the suburbs, so I shouldn't have been as freaked out as I was. Anyways, we laid in our bed trying to sleep. Not me, though. Dylan had handed over the responsibility of taking care of the baby to me. The wristband that was used to interact with the baby was loose enough for her to slip off, so she handed it to me and said, "Have fun." I just laughed and tried to get some sleep. It was around 1 moment with the sleep, and I'm just
when you go to bed,
I sleep in seconds.
light go off.
It usually took me forever to even become tired. I sat there for
got mad at me for
hours
shutting
just
off the light
staring
last
around the room, knowing the impending doom that was the plastic baby. Finally, I drifted into a light sleep when at about 2 a.m. the baby started crying, which scared me half to death. But I got up and fed it its fake bottle for about 20 minutes until it was satisfied. The entire time I sat there, I couldn't help but overanalyze every noise I heard, because like stated, I'm very paranoid. And then I went back to bed, 3:30 a.m. Screams. I quickly changed his diaper, extremely annoyed, but I just got it over with and went back to bed. Finally, at 4:44 a.m., I'm being specific with the time because I'm not even joking. That's the exact time I woke up. I have a weird connection with that number, and I always seem to wake up at that time. Anyways, I woke up to the baby screaming again. I bolted up, and what I was met with was the most terrifying thing ever. I saw the fake baby being dropped, and then the figure of a man trying to get out of my friend's extremely messy room. Unbeknownst to him, the baby has a sensitive neck. Much like a real baby, you have to support its neck, and if you don't, the baby will begin screaming. I felt frozen, and all I could do was sit there, mouth hung open in shock. I was about to scream when Dylan started doing that for me. The room was absolute chaos. The baby screaming, Dylan screaming, I'm screaming, and this guy trying to open my friend's jammed door. We heard footsteps from upstairs, automatically knowing it was her dad. The man got the door open, and he quickly ran down the hallway and into the main room, which led to the broken open basement doors. I was traumatized, but somehow I managed to grab the baby and put the sensor on it so it would shut up. My dad ran downstairs, but he just barely missed the guy. Seeing as right as my friend's dad ran out, The guy had just popped the fence. We were all beyond freaked out, but we immediately called the police. They took our statements and all that jazz, but were interrupted by some call that was urgent, so they left. Dylan and I refused to sleep in the basement, so we slept in the living room on the first floor. And her dad allowed us to grab a knife in the kitchen, which he found funny, but we didn't. We were shaking and jumping at every noise. At about 5 a.m., an officer comes to the door to check on us and tell us any news about the guy. Turns out the guy was caught after he broke into a house a couple of homes away from their friends. Except this time he was caught trying to steal a real baby. I have no idea why he wanted a baby or what he planned to do with a baby, and I honestly don't want to know. All I know is that the sick fuck is behind bars and that no babies were harmed, whether real or fake. This experience surely fucked me up, and to make it all worse, I discovered that same night my mom had had a seizure.